Hey, welcome to Slay the Spire. Today playing the daily challenge for October 28th, 2024. The character is silent and the modifiers are shiny. Starting deck is replaced with one of every rare card. Diverse cards are not restricted by a character, and lethality start each combat with +3 strength, and all enemies start each combat with +3 strength. So you can see that I already played this and I got pretty much first place, because I think it jumps up. I got the most you can get. I think the only thing I missed was the light speed modifier by like 5 minutes. So that would have allowed somebody to get 1469, but it's impossible to get 1626 and above. So yeah, I'm effectively first place. I also see Pelts here with 13. That's 31 points less than me. But yeah, so unfortunately what happened is I forgot to press the record button, which is a really big shame because throughout the run I was checking my recording to make sure that the mic was on, and for the record the mic was on the whole time. It's just the recording was not on, which unfortunately is pretty bad. And honestly, it's a little late, and my voice is starting to fail me a little bit, so I'm not going to replay the whole thing, and you just have to trust me that I did really well. I actually didn't even reload a single time. I got super lucky, I have to admit. But yeah, I think the thing I want to do is I want to start off, because the first fight is where I got a lot of gold. So with Shiny and Diverse, you can get... you can basically get the infinite gold glitch by using Nightmare, Exhume, and Wish. And it actually happened so that my very first fight, I had everything I needed to do that. Let me just really quickly, it's a habit, right? So I think I started off here. And so right at the beginning, I started with Corruption, which is great and super necessary. We also started with the Exhume. So then I was able to seek the Nightmare, which is, I keep forgetting that. It's always sorted alphabetically. So right here. And then I Nightmare the Exhume. And then I Exhume, I think I even Exhumed the Seek to seek the Omniscience, to Omniscience the Wish. That way I would have both the Nightmare, Exhume, and the Wish in my exhaust pile. Yep. And then here I got 100 gold. Okay. And then I did Impervious as well here. All right. So then this is where I start speeding this up, because after turn 2, I can just accumulate a lot of gold. So the strategy is, actually just for fun, I will amplify the Afterimage. So the strategy is to Exhume the Nightmare, then Nightmare the Exhume, then Exhume the Wish, and then Exhume the Nightmare again, and then Nightmare the Wish. So that way, next turn, I'll have 3 Exhumes and 3 Wishes. So here, I'll just gain gold. Actually, I think I played the Malaise here, but then I will still take 1 damage here, which is fine. I think I'll accept that. So now it starts where I have 3 Exhumes and 3 Wishes. So basically what I did in my first attempt, I set a time limit. I said I will do this until I'm at 10 minutes. And I was just continually doing that. The 10-minute mark was arbitrary. I didn't want to waste too much time. I think by 10 minutes I ended up with about 2,000 gold. And that was enough to get the I like gold modifier at the end anyway. And spoiler, I didn't get as many shops. There's a shop in one of the next question mark rooms, I think. But there's only one other shop at the in the middle of Act 3. So unfortunately I wasn't able... I like Shiny was one of the modifiers that I missed. Now, in retrospect, one thing I could have done, which I didn't consider... Let me do that again. So I'm going to Exhume the Nightmare. Then Nightmare the Exhume. Exhume the Nightmare again to Nightmare the Wish, and then I can play the Wishes. So then what I did with that last Exhume last time, I Exhumed another Wish, but I realized what I can do, which is even better. I can Exhume a Seek, and then Seek a Master Reality, because what Master Reality does, interacts well with the, with the Nightmare. So all the cards I will get from... Oh, I didn't play the Echo Form, did I? You know what, let me do Reboot so I just don't lose the Echo Form. Okay. So what Master Reality does, all the cards I get from the Nightmare will be upgraded. That means all the Wishes will get upgraded. So I didn't do that last time until the very end where I realized that. Actually, I think last time the Master Reality was at the very bottom of my deck, so it took me a while. So now if I do this, I'm sure I'll get a little bit more gold. But yeah, as I mentioned, my voice is failing me, so I don't think I can record everything. It was a really fun run. I'm very happy that I got such a good score, and also it was a great combination of modifiers. I did get lucky with a lot of collector bonuses. I think I used the Alchemize a bunch of times too. I got 2 Ghost in the Jars, which helped me perfect the first boss, the first lead as well. That I think was the only difficulty. The rest was pretty much fairly easy. So yeah, I think I'll just skip over this. Let's review my score summary. So this is the score summary from my successful fight. As you can tell, I didn't have enough relics, unfortunately. I did end up with a lot of gold at the end. I did waste all of that gold to get a red mask. I think that red mask cost me about 2,200 gold, but there's no way to get more anyway. I was only offered 2 curses by the time I got the Omori, and I risked taking it, and I didn't see a single curse after that, so curses was not really feasible. And yeah, of course, I went for the Highlander modifier. I didn't actually take that many new cards. Other than the rare cards, there are a few non-rare cards I took. I think things like Glacier, Cool-Headed, and Stack, just to have a little bit of extra defense. But yeah, I didn't pick up too many cards. Ended up with 87 at the end. I also took the Busted Crown, which I rarely do, but by the point I got to Busted Crown, I desperately needed energy, and I also already had enough cards, and I didn't really need any new cards, so I decided to take it, and I think that was the right decision. Yeah, Potion Belt really helped too. I ended up with an Entropy Brew at the final boss fight, although that didn't end up helping me quite a bit. Also, Wraithform was one of the first things I upgraded, and that ended up being really useful, especially with the Omniscience. I was able to Omniscience it, I think, against the Act 2 boss fight, and was able to get 6 intangible that way. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. I think the Act 1 boss fight I'd killed in like 3 turns, because it was, I think I had vulnerability and lots of damage. I took 9 damage myself. Oh yeah, 4 turns, it says it right there. Why did I take 9 damage? I assume I used something like, oh right, I had the Brutality. Right, in one of the events early on, a random card was upgraded, and that was the Brutality upgrade. So I did end up playing it once in a while, which ended up being pretty useful. Yeah, it is a shame though that I didn't record, and I'm really sorry. I would have definitely reran it. I'm just, yeah, my voice, I don't think I can do another. It took me about an hour, well, 50 minutes right here. Although I guess I didn't speak for the first 10 minutes, because I was doing the infinite gold glitch, and it's not a glitch, right? A strategy, I should say. And then I think at some point I also spent a lot of time trying to get overkill, maybe another 5 minutes, although that ended up being not really necessary, because I was able to get overkill fairly easy with the blasphemy. Anyway, so I think, sorry again about not having the recording today. I will still review the scores from yesterday. Alright, so yesterday was a silent run with the Insanity, Time Dilation, and Night Terrace modifiers. So some people did really well, including Peltz, who ended up with an amazing 1785. And as I mentioned yesterday, if I didn't know Peltz, I would have thought that that was a glitched run. But Peltz mentioned that he was actually able to get the Wing Boots relic, which allowed him to get a total of 9 elites. He was able to perfect all of them, got all the bosses, got 9 collector bonuses, which is actually a little bit on the low side. I think most people were able to get more. But I suspect having some regular fights or question mark rooms substituted for elites might have caused him to not have that many cards. And then he was also able to get curses. Now, interestingly, most people were able to get curses yesterday by using Dolly's Mirror to duplicate a curse. And that was a big mistake on my part. I completely forgot about that. Actually, Alex pointed out that he had learned from me to do that trick, and I just completely blanked on that. I missed it. I ended up with 4 curses, so I missed the curse modifier. But then Pels also didn't do that. Instead, he Dolly's Mirrored the Mind Blast. But then he was really lucky with his different RNG. He was able to get an extra curse in the last question mark room right before the final boss, so he was able to get curses as well. So yeah, and Peltz also was able to get the Pauper modifier. Now, I think most people took the after image that was offered early on. I think most people also had the Frozen Egg, right? So that after image was pre-upgraded. And then some people removed it on Act 3 to keep Pauper, and that's exactly what Peltz did. So yeah, congratulations. That was just an amazing score here. Well deserved, effectively first place. Then you have Yavuz with 1625. Gemino got 1550. Gemino perfected 5 of the 7 elites. All the bosses was also able to get curses, but Gemino was able to do that with the Dolly's Mirror. And then also, just like Peltz, went for Pauper, took the early after image, but then removed it to get Pauper. So yeah, congratulations for a great score. I wouldn't be surprised if Gemino's score is the best you can do if you don't get lucky with Peltz's RNG and get Wing Boots early. Then you have Cosmino with 1535. Grimgoth got 1485. Grimgoth perfected 4 of the 7 leads. All the bosses got 12 collector bonuses, which is tied for the record for the most collector bonuses anybody was able to get yesterday. As well as was able to get the Curse modifier and Pauper, which is really impressive, because actually the first time I didn't take rare cards, I died. And then Grimgoth also was able to get Overkill. Then you have Pijam with 1475. David got 1473. David perfected 6 of the 7 leads and 2 of the 3 bosses. You can check out his Twitch stream. David was a little low on collector bonuses, also only ended up with 9. Was able to pull off curses and missed the well-fed modifier. I assume he had to rest at some point, which means he lost 5 HP there with the Night Terrace modifier. He also was able to go for Pauper, and then David mentioned that the Insanity deck has a usual habit of giving him all the wrong cards, and I think that means that's the reason he wasn't able to perfect one of the bosses there. Then you have Steven with 1450. Steven perfected 3 of the 7 leads and only 1 of the 3 bosses, but also was able to get 12 collector bonuses, so tied for the record. Also was able to get curses, and most interestingly, Steven was able to get a collector bonus on the Mind Blast, which sounds like a lot of fun having 4 Mind Blasts in the opening hand. Also was able to get the Pauper modifier. I think that's it for the top 100. Barely missing top 100. You have Ichu with 1325. Ichu perfected 2 of the 3 bosses, missed the Act 1 boss, which is funny because that's the only one I was able to perfect. And then also, just like me, forgot to duplicate a curse with Dolly's Mirror, so missed the curse modifier. Ichu's strategy was mostly to play acrobatics and grab a bunch of cards to keep with well-laid plans for the next turn, which is an interesting strategy, but I guess that's sort of what you have to do when you have such a random insanity deck, just like we all had yesterday. And then Alex ended up with 1303. Alex perfected 2 of the elites, none of the bosses though, got 10 collector bonuses, and was able to pull off curses with Dolly's Mirror. And then Alex actually replayed it for a second time and went for a second shop faster, and he was able to get the a Mind Blast a little earlier than that, because I think most people were able to get a Mind Blast in the second shop, and then it really just depends on when you hit that second shop. My second attempt, I ended up with 1300 exactly, which would have had me tied for 121st place. I perfected 4 of the 7 leads and only the Act 1 boss. I got 11 collector bonuses, but yeah, I missed the curse modifier, which would have allowed me to enter the top 100 if I hadn't forgotten about that. I also was able to get Overkill with the 1 Mind Blast I got, and also got the time modifier because I was narrating for most of the run. Well, the first part of the run. My actual score was a little lower because I died on Act 2. I ended up with 5,440th place with 410 points. Yeah, which is not that great. But yeah, yesterday was kind of annoying, and I'm very happy that today's run was so much more fun. And it's really frustrating to not record such a great run, because it was really a good run. And I was actually about to mention during the run that in the last few days I've been doing a lot of construction to finish the house or work on the house, and a friend of mine mentioned that it's when you do a lot of physical labor, your brain starts to think slower. And first I was going to dismiss it, but then the last few weeks I've been doing really poorly in the dailies. I've been dying a lot, so I figured, that there might be some truth to it. But then today it was going so well, I was like, no, that can't be right, I'm doing well. But then yeah, that was expressed by me completely ignoring the fact that I was not recording. And the thing is, throughout the run I checked my recording a few times just to make sure that the mic was on. I just missed the fact that it was in the recording. Anyway, sorry, I'm a little frustrated about that, but hopefully you can appreciate that I got a great score, and let me know in comments what you did. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.